Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. IBSA and the British Judo Association gives welcome once again to Warwick University for the second and final day of the IBSA Avila Judo Grand Prix 2021. Our first competitors are finally ready for the start of contest, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get straight on with the action and let's bring it on to the time. Coming on to Mach 3 in the men's under 81 kilos. In the blue jersey, representing Kazakhstan, Avila Sanchez. In the white jersey, from Brazil, Avila. On Mach 2 in the men's under 90 kilos. In the blue jersey, from Great Britain, in the white jersey from the United States of America, Ricky Ties. And on the one, in the men's under 100 kilos, in the blue.
And the 81, 90, 100 and plus 100 kilogram category for the men. And it's the last of two IBSA tournaments this year where the athletes can achieve important points and qualification for the Paralympic Games later this year. We're going to start with the under 90 kilogram category on mat number 2, where we're going to watch a contest between Ricky Tees of United States of America and Cameron Bradley of Great Britain. It will be Tees or Ties in the white judo gi and Bradley in blue. And I'm sitting next to Stuart McWatt. Very happy that you're here.
Yeah, looking forward to day 2 of the competition. Just want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. A little shout out to my dad as well.
Yeah.
And let's enjoy some of the competition today.
Nice message to start the day with, right? Are you going to visit your father or not?
No, I live about 7 hours away from here. So.
Okay, no, that's not possible. So you probably know Bradley, right?
Yeah, so Cameron's been training with us for a few months now in preparation for this competition, sort of the Paralympics, and helping some other athletes as well. So we've seen quite a lot at the centre, and strong competitor, and I think this is his first VI competition, just got classified.
Really?
He was B3 before this, so it's good to see him out in the mat finally.
And did he compete in the IGF judo sometimes, or like in the sighted judo?
No, he is relatively young, so this is sort of the first big international competition he's fought. So.
It's pretty exciting for him. And did you talk to him before the competition or not?
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. He said he was excited.
Was he nervous?
A little bit. I think he's wanted to get weighed in, warm up and get ready for the competition. But he's talked to with the coach. We've got Denny in the chair with him there, so definitely a good game plan ready for this morning.
Yeah, good to see that the British team has some good athletes today. And you will be able to tell all about them, right?
Well,
background stories.
I'll give some facts about a few of them later on. So.
Yeah, that's really nice. So here against, what do you think? How do I say the last name?
Thijs, I think.
Thijs. So 1 minute gone and still no scores on the board. I think Bradley's looking good. Really nice. Yeah, that's a clear ippon. Thijs actually bridging out, so good ippon for Bradley. That's a really great start for him today.
It was a good start. I think he's going to have a tough next fight. I think he's got the number 1 seed next, but he's looking good so far. It's a good drop seal. Obviously, when someone bridges off a technique, they give it ippon, so it's a little bit dangerous to bridge. But
yeah, it is. But it's. I think if you can start like that, you got a good feeling for the next fight.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we might head over to mat number 3 when Evan's coming on.
Yeah, we'll try to switch some mats today. It will be great that we can get some action from the different mats. Also, we will be following the Paralympic and World Champions. And
Yeah.
let's see if we can stream some of that.
Yep, so we're going to move to the mat 3 for some commentary, and so you guys want to join, come over to mat 3. Here we've got Evan, Malloy in white from Great Britain fighting Smagululi from Kazakhstan in blue.
Yeah, actually Smagululi is a really tough opponent for Molloy in this first round. So that happens sometimes when you don't have so many competitors, but you have the good competitors here. So you are potentially matched up with a strong athlete in the first round.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw Evan fight in Baku a few weeks ago, and he had a really tough first fight there. I think it was the defending Olympic champion.
Yeah.
And he managed to throw him for a pun, so he's no stranger to fighting, having a tough first fight. And I think you're going to see him work with lapel and try to get in for nice drops here.
Yeah, and he's been around for a little bit longer, right?
Yeah.
So got used to the competitions. Although we have a long period of no competitions, over a year. Just came back to Baku last month, and now the second competition, and it's actually the final test before the Paralympic Games later this year.
On mat 1, the winner to Solovey from Uzbekistan. On mat 2, the winner to from Uzbekistan. In the white jersey, representing the Netherlands, Daniel Neff. Coming on to match 2 now, the men's under 90 kilos. In the blue jersey, representing Georgia, Lasha Kizashi. And in the white jersey, representing Brazil, Arthur Calapete da Silva. Coming on to match 1 now, the men's under 81 kilos. In the blue jersey, representing the United States of America, Adnan Bukic. And in the white jersey, representing Kyrgyzstan, Kayrat Zayolai Kuruz. On mat 1, the winner from Azerbaijan, Kana Abdulkani. Coming on to match 1 now, the men's under 100 kilos. In the blue jersey, representing Kazakhstan, Yeran Konokia. In the white jersey, representing Uzbekistan, Sharif Khalilov. Coming on to match 2 now, the start of the women's under 63 kilos. In the blue jersey, from Argentina, Nadia Beniano. In the white jersey, from the United States of America, Diana Lucia. On 3, the winning to Madeline British from the United States of America. Coming on to lap 3 now at the start of the women's under 70 kilo. over 100 kilos. In the blue judo gi, representing Jamaica, Pedro Silva. In the white judo gi, representing Brazil, Avila Sanchez. Coming on to match 2 now in the division under 63 kilos. In the blue jersey from India, Poonam Sharma. In the white jersey from Sweden, Nicolina Panda. And on that one, the winner from Brazil, Willis Araújo. Coming on to that one in the men's over 100 kilos. In the blue jersey from Cuba, Jordan Fernandez. In the white jersey from Great Britain, Jack Hodgson. Nicolina Bergheim. Coming on to match at the start of the women's over 70 kilos. In the blue jersey from the United States of America, Katie Davis. In the white jersey from Brazil, Mach. On that one, the winner from Cuba, Untitled Chapter. On that three, the winner from Korea, Lee Here. Coming on to that one now, the women's over 20 kilos in the blue judo league from the United States of America, Sarah Chung. In the white judo league from Italy, Carolina Costa. Coming on to that three now, in the women's under 70 kilos. In the blue judo league from Italy, Avila. In the white judo league from Cuba, Sheila Hernandez Filipina. On that one, the winner from Italy, Carolina Costa. On that two, the winner from Brazil, Mach. On that three, the winner from Cuba, Sheila Hernandez Filipina. Coming on to match one now in the women's over 70 kilos in the blue jersey from Azerbaijan, Rosaya Kaliova. In the white jersey from Kazakhstan, Zarina Bayrakina. In the blue judo from Brazil, Avila. In the white judo from Korea, Lee Jun-in. Great Britain, Chris Gay. In the white judo team, from Mexico, Avila Sanchez. On mat 2, the winner from Kazakhstan, Avila Sanchez. Coming to mat 1 now, kilos in the blue judo team from Kazakhstan, Avila Sanchez. In the white judo team from Brazil, Antonio. Coming on to match 2 now in the men's under 19 kilos. In the blue jersey, representing IBSA Judo Grand Prix. In the white jersey, representing France, Avila Sanchez.
Hello, Mat 2. We'll come and join you for this contest. We've got Elliot Stewart in white from Great Britain coming on versus Decaltante from Brazil in blue. I think it's going to be a great contest. Both are really good judokas. Obviously, Elliot's 4th in the world and the Brazilian 6th in the world. So
yeah, that's supposed to be a really good fight. And after this contest, I'm also interested to go to check out the world champion in the under 70 kilogram category on mat number 3, Alana Maldonado, and she will be up for a good fight as well there. But first, we focus on this contest. Nice foot sweep from Stewart right in the beginning.
yeah, definitely. And Elliot's he's a really strong right-hander. He's got great footwork, and he's got a really good uchimata as well. So keep an eye out for that in the contest.
Yeah, and it's already the quarterfinals, so that would be really good if they can take the win here. And it's 11 judoka here today, but it's really strong with the Paralympic champion being present here. Also, Lee Jung-min is over here, so it's a really strong category.
So if you're right, just sort of feeling each other out just now, both fighting hard to bring that sleeve to them and sort of get the rotational control.
So Stewart came in there, but took a bit of a risk with losing the grip so quickly, because you can be taken over by your opponent. Didn't happen in the end, but it's a little warning for him. And in the meantime, also the current world champion is on mat number 3. I will keep you updated about that one a little bit. She is in really great form during the last competitions. And I think she's starting to be the top favorite. Her biggest opponent is Ruvalcaba of Mexico. And she lost out quite some times to her, but internationally she's just beating everyone.
Yeah, we've got some great fights across all the mats here. It's a shame we couldn't have them all up on the screen at once.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So 1 minute in so far in this contest on mat 2. No scores and no shields on the board yet, but it seems it's a pretty even contest so far.
Yeah, we actually have the Paralympic champion Choi Guangjun. He was the Paralympic champion of the under 100 kilogram category, and he's now fighting in the over 100s.
It was a good Uchimata and a good win for the world champion on mat 3 from Brazil.
Yeah, she's looking absolutely strong today, and I'm really curious to see her in the next contest. I'm just hoping that we can see a few fights of her also. So both athletes took some time to get to their starting grip, but now they're taking off again.
I think the struggle here is that both athletes are really strong in the grip, so
yeah,
it's really difficult for them to get that opening to get an attack in, and Uchimata attempt there by Elliot.
Yeah, especially sometimes if you're left against right, then you really are struggling to get your grip on. Nice Uchimata attempt again. And Cavalcante is being quite clever with that left-sided Seoinage. It's a bit surprising that he comes in from that angle.
It seemed a little bit weak at first,
yeah,
but it was really tight in the arm. He managed to bring Elliot down, and just didn't get enough rotation for the score.
No, but the thing is, if you can get under, it's really dangerous. So Stewart trying to work with some Ashiwaza against Cavalcante. I think Cavalcante has such a good reaction, so that's why it's so tough to come in with good attacks and scores against him. And you can tell that he's doing absolutely everything on feeling, and that can be quite difficult.
Yeah, definitely. And it's probably worth mentioning that Elliot's got a brother who trains with us and just competed at the World Championships not long ago. And obviously one of our men's coaches at the centre as well is Elliot's dad, Dennis Stewart, who's a previous Olympic medalist from a little while ago. So
yeah, it's a really big judo family, and that can really help. You know, if you're talking about it at home, you're always discussing like how you can improve your judo. It can be a benefit, and also it can be quite some pressure on you if you have a famous dad in judo, basically. But you can tell he's a big talent, and yeah, I think he's doing well also in this quarterfinal.
So Cavalcante de Silva controlling the inside. He's got the inside lapel grip here, so he's controlling the space. Trying to bring that sleeve to him, but
nice reaction from Stewart. You can tell that Stewart's starting to know that Cavalcante is reacting really fast, and as soon as he did that, he changed direction. That was really high class judo.
And really quickly into the knee waza here, and he gets lip on.
Yeah.
I think Brazilian, he hadn't attacked for a little while. He needed to put an attack in. Maybe rushed it, overstretched a little bit, and Elliot just took advantage of the situation.
Yeah, I think it was just a really clever win from Stewart. So he will be in semi-final now. It's a really tough category. Let's see. It will be really nice for him, I think, to reach the final and get a go against Nazarenko to try to see how that goes. But he's not there yet.
I think so, and it's important to get some of these matches in and fight some of these players before obviously the Paralympics. And
yeah.
Especially with the last year and a half of the pandemic, it's been hard to train in some of these other countries. So these are the only chances you're going to get to have some of these fights against these people.
Yeah, and it's really hard, especially if you know that you don't know at all when you're gonna have another competition coming up, and you know now that there's only 2, and yeah, it's really hard. Let's see if we can take a look at mat number 3. Yeah. So if you want to watch this contest between Husieva and Boggiano, you can of course click on this mat. We're going to focus on mat number 3 to check out some of the women fights in the under 70 kilogram category.
Coming on to Mat 2 now in the semi-final of the women's over 70 kilos. Fighting for a place in the final in the blue jersey from Brazil, Avila Sanchez. In the white jersey from Brazil, Avila. Coming on to Mat 3 now, in the women's under 70 kilos. In the blue jersey from Cuba, Sheila Hernandez. In the white jersey from Mexico, Lenny Avila Sanchez.
Hey guys, I'm Mat 2. We just transitioned from Mat 3, obviously. Ruvalbalka, struggling with the name there. They just won our opening contest there, the previous Olympic champion. But there's a slight injury, so that's why we went off that mat. And currently on Mat 2, we've got some of the over 70 kilos. So we've got Meg Emmerich from Brazil in white and Rebecca Silva from Brazil in blue.
Yeah, and I'm really curious because we have two top athletes, Emmerich and Silva, both being really good in the scene. It's Emmerich that won the last Grand Prix in Baku. She's beating Carolina Costa actually there, so she did really good business for herself. But I'm not sure what they're going to do concerning the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, if they're going to send Emmerich or Silva, if that's decided already. So this might be a really important contest for both of them.
Yeah, definitely. This fight here could be the deciding factor for going to the Olympics in a month or so time. So.
Yeah, that's and it's such a big pressure, especially if you have to really do a direct match to each other. That can be quite hard.
So as you can see, it's a little bit cagey between the two. They probably train with each other on a daily basis, so both know each other inside and out.
Yeah, and what you see in VI Judo a lot is that, of course, on the mat the matches can be quite hard. You know, they're really fighting each other. But off the mat, there's a lot of friendship there. There's really a lot of sportsmanship, and yeah, that's always nice to see. It's just a sport in the end. So some nice left hip movements from Emmerich.
And both athletes just getting a shield there for passivity. Just basically being told, look, when you pick this up a little bit here, get a few attacks in.
Yeah, both picking up 2 shidos now, so one little mistake can mean losing this contest. And I think they're both really aware of that.
So for those who were watching Mat 3, Mat 3 is back up and running now with the last quarter final of under 70 kilos between Vasila Alibiova from Uzbekistan and Michelle Georgeson from Canada in blue. So if you want to check that out, that's now back on in Mat 3.
Yeah, and I think we're going to stay here because I would like to see the end of this contest, but also Alexander Nazarenko will be up next, the world champion, and there's some really good semi-finals coming up there, so we for sure will watch that.
So you see Silva here picking the pace up a little bit,
Yeah.
trying to put the pressure on. Even if it's just trying to be busier than your opponent here and trying to force them to get the third Shido. You would prefer the score, but
Yeah.
but
I think this is quite a tactical contest and they're really trying to go for it. The only thing for me is that they really have to put in proper attacks. So they're now just threatening each other a little bit, but it's not a real technique yet. And I just hope that they can come up with a score. Actually, it is possible to both to award them both with a Shido. We have seen that in the past, not too many times, but that's only if one is if they're both really clearly stay passive.
yeah, I think the only times we've seen that in the past is when it's two people from the same country fighting and
Yeah.
they know each other so well, it becomes a real tactical battle instead of being a bit more open maybe in some other contests.
Yeah, and it is quite logical because you train with each other, you know each other so well, you know every move, so you will be anticipating on that, and that's what you see here as well. So it's going to be a golden score between these two ladies, and 2 Shidos on the board for each athlete, so only the 1 Shido would mean a win for the other one. And they're having a little break on mat number 3 to clean up the mats. I think that's really good that there's a strict protocol in these competitions during COVID. The mats are cleaned multiple times a day. Also, everyone, all the athletes, all the staff is tested multiple times. And I think that's the best way to make sure that we have no problems.
Yeah, definitely. I think you see across the board, see the IGF, the EGU, obviously IBSA as well. They put in such great protocols for these competitions to run really smoothly, and it's been great so far. It's been great to see all these competitions come back, and I know everyone was missing it for that year when COVID was sort of affecting the whole world.
Yeah, I think actually the Judo Federation is one of the first federations that was able to organize the competitions like that, and that's only thanks to the really hard work from all the staff members. As you can imagine, the athletes need to test each day. They need to test before they come to the tournament multiple times. So it's a lot of testing, it's a lot of logistics, and they're managing really well.
I think there's going to be a third Shido handed out here. Yep, Silva.
Yeah, Silva picked up her third Shido. We see this a lot, that it's just a win on penalties, and it's unfortunate for Silva to win this way, but I guess there was no other way in this contest. So I think it might be that Emmerich, with this win, she really secured her place for the Paralympic Games. Maybe she already did that, I'm not sure. But it means her second final in a few weeks, so that's really good points for her.
Now we're on to the under 90 kilos. As I said, we've got Alexander Nazarenko from Ukraine, the current world champion, in white, and then Amazol from Kazakhstan in blue. This is the first semi-final of the under 90 kilos.
Yeah, Nazarenko always looks so sharp, you know, he's looking ready to go. He's one of the top athletes, both in Tachiwaza and Newaza. Amazol is a little bit newer to the scene, but he's a really strong athlete as well. So I'm looking forward to this contest.
Both athletes here looking to slowly move that right hand up to try and get a bit of a stronger grip behind the neck.
Yeah, you can tell that Amazol is really right-sided. trying to go, and let's see, maybe he can switch. It's same from Nazarenko. It's interesting to see what they're going to do tactically.
They're going to give Amazol a penalty for pistol grip in the sleeve.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate to get a first Shido just below 30 seconds into this contest. Also against the world champion, you know you cannot make any mistakes against him, because that Shido can cost you in the end. So I think they are both being quite careful. They know they are really dangerous. That was a first very good Sasai move from Nazarenko. And he will now just try to work in Newaza.
Yeah, he just caught the foot at the perfect time as Amzol was sort of stepping forward. It lacked a little bit of rotation on the upper half of the body, but it's the first big major sort of attack, and kind of puts Nazarenko a little bit ahead in the fight.
Yeah, I think so too. And also with the Shido on the board, it just has the slight advantage. But you can tell that they're really well prepared for each other.
Oh,
that's really beautiful. I'm not sure if the arm was out, so that could mean no score for Amazol, but he was really definitely close there.
that was really fast. Just as soon as Hajime was called, he lunged across that right leg there for Dos Soto, and he's trying to get the choke here or the arm.
Yeah, they're given the Wazari here. Yeah, and that's not going to work. Unfortunately, we had the wrong angle, so we're not sure what was going on there. So it's a Wazari on the board for Amanzol. That's really surprising, and let's see if the world champion can come back from that.
He just caught him by surprise at the start of the exchange, and Nazarenko definitely needs to pick it up a little bit now and try to get the score back. He's got plenty of time, 2 minutes 45 seconds left on the clock. And
yeah, sorry?
I was going to say, Amazon's already got a Shido, so we can't afford to take 2 more.
So actually Nazarenko now picked up another Shido, or he picked up his first Shido for being too defensive and not taking a grip maybe. And he needs to watch out with that. And he's always really careful with his gripping. He's really well prepared, he's really experienced, but he did pick up a Shido here. And I like it that there's a Wazari on the board, because it could really open up the fight. They were really careful, and now you know that Nazarenko needs to come.
You see them moving about here, both kicking their feet, but the gripping from both just looks really strong. I think the other one's just struggling to sort of get their own grip and create some movement, but some good movement there by Amazol, bringing Nazarenko around and dropping him for Marotti, and just makes him look busy and sort of puts pressure back on Nazarenko.
Yeah, it was a good move from Amazol there. But I also like to see that Nazarenko, although he was already behind, he stays really calm. He stays focused on his own judo. He doesn't panic at all, and that is how you can see that he's really experienced.
Again, if you watch any of the other match on mat 1, we've got number 1 seed Christopher Skelly just coming on for a semi-final. He will be in white against Solomon Eliov from Uzbekistan. He's a strong competitor, and he will be in blue. So that's on mat 1. On a mat 3, if we want to watch, we've got the last quarter-final under 70 kilos on just now, from Vasila Alobeov from Uzbekistan in white, and Michelle Jorgensen from Canada in blue.
Yeah, obviously now we're reaching the semi-final stages. We see a lot of really interesting fights, and actually the under 100 semi-finals are going on, and also we will have the semi-finals for the under 81 kilogram soon.
Amazol just leading the grip here, controlling it, and I think Nazarenko might get a Shido here for just keeping that right hand off the grip.
Yeah, good call, and Nazarenko is on 2 Shidos. Doesn't look very good for him. I think he can still come back, but it won't be an easy win for sure.
I think he's just struggling a little bit with the length. Amazol's a little bit longer armed, a little bit taller, and Nazarenko's just struggling to get close to him, to be honest.
Yeah, and also the fact that he was caught by surprise, and that puts him behind. You know, if he didn't have that Vasari behind, it would be a completely different contest. He would just have the time to search for a technique, but now he only has 1 minute left on the clock to come back. Not sure what will go on now.
Oh, another pistol grip, but that's 2 shields for pistol grip from Amazon.
It's so unfortunate, and it's just so not clever from the guy. You know that you cannot do that, you know. If you get the mistake once, okay, but don't get 2 shields for that in a contest. Especially not if you're leading against the world champion.
Of course, and maybe it would just be the case that if you're taking the pistol grip that you need to attack straight off the bat, and which you're allowed to do, but he's taking it and just holding it down. And although it's nullifying Nazarenko, it's putting him in a difficult position with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, and it's not necessary, you know. He could use those shields for maybe defending in the end, and now he's not able to. But he's still looking quite good, actually, you know. And Nazarenko, you can see he's struggling with the arms of Amazon. They're so long, and they're really in between, and it's keeping Nazarenko at a distance.
Yeah, definitely. And then an upset there on mat 1. Alea from Uzbekistan countered Christopher Skelly from a drop Sodi and got the up on, and that's Skelly dropping into the bronze fight. And I think he could be disappointed, but that's what happens sometimes in judo. You come in for an attack, you make a mistake, and the smallest mistake someone else can take advantage of.
Yeah, and it's of course disappointing before your home crowd. You really want to do well, but it might not be so bad. You know, you get sharper from a loss, and it can happen in judo. So 3 more seconds left, and I think Amazon is going to be the surprise of today by beating the world champion here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good attempt there in the last 3 seconds, but for me, Amazon he led the grip, got that surprise attack on him, happy through the fight, and managed to play it very, very well tactically for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's the second number 1 seed that's losing their semi-finals. So there's some surprises here today, and although it's frustrating for the people that lost, it's also good to see that it doesn't mean a win for you if you're the number 1 seed.
On mat 2, the winner will move forward to fight for a place.
So we've got the second semi-final of 90 kilos coming up. We've got, I don't know how to pronounce that name, being completely honest.
I will say it. It's Helios Lachumania of France, and he will be facing Elliot Stewart of Great Britain. Lachumania will be wearing the white judo gi and Stewart in blue. And Lachumania is a really good athlete. He's also a really complete athlete. Been around for quite a while. He's struggling sometimes because of the 90 is a really strong category, obviously. And I think this should be a really good fight.
Should be really close. Both athletes know each other really well. The Frenchman came over and he's trained with us at the centre for a few times before. So
yeah, that's good to see.
They do know each other really well. They're 3rd and 4th in the world, so I think it's going to be a really tight contest here to get into the final to face the Kazakh.
On mat 3, the semi-final of the men's under 81 kilos. And the power weight from Korea, Lee Young.
And actually there on mat 3, from one of the semi-finals of under 81 kilos, it is Young Min Lee that will go into the final, as Daniel Powell is withdrawn from that fight due to injury.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. And Lee is the current world champion, so he's a really strong athlete, of course. And I'm happy to see him in the final, but you really don't want to pick up a win like that. Yeah, I think as soon as this contest will finish, we will take a look at some semi-finals that are going on mat number 3. At the moment, we are seeing on mat number 3 Avila Sanchez against Solovey. We're focusing on mat number 2, of course, because it's a really good fight and semi-final going on here. But there is definitely some good contests coming up still.
Yeah, nice Tominagi attempt there by the Frenchman. It's It's again one of those difficult fights with right v left, and I think both the main attacks of Uchimata, so you see that stabbing of the front leg coming in and from both sides, and yeah, that could be in a difficult position here with in the Niwaza position happening on him.
Yeah, and I think Lachumani is working really well in Niwaza. Stewart was almost passing the legs there for a hold down, but it's Lachumani that is really clever with his moves there.
And also in the chair for Elliot Stewart, we've got Ian Johns, who's the lead of the Paralympic team. I know he's been putting a lot of work and a lot of planning in over this last 6 months to make sure the team's ready for the Paralympic Games in a month and a half time.
Yeah, and I think Team GB is around there for so long. You know, you can see that they really put an effort in there, and you can start to see that. That was a really beautiful right-sided Uchimata. Enough for a score. We had the wrong angle, so we really couldn't see if the arm was in or out, but it was looking good actually. So it's really good for Stewart to score, but he still needs to defend that score for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And I think from the side they're now checking if it was a Wazari score. I think the referee was actually in the right angle to see that.
Yeah, I think they're just double checking it on the replay on a few different angles just to make sure that there was enough of his side landing on the mat to warrant the score. And they've actually taken it off.
So no scores yet. For sure that was the closest one to scoring. It was a really good attempt from Stewart. And yeah, you told me before he has a good Uchimata, and he's showing that.
See lots of movement now, just trying to get a reaction, and
ooh, that was he
very
lost the
close to
grip.
the score there.
Yeah, so it was a good entrance from Stewart, but if he lost the grip quite quickly, and then he's in big danger of being taken over. So that's, I think, his biggest threat. Also, it is quite difficult if you have a really good Uchimata, but your opponents know that. It's kind of hard to score and to get into the right position.
And especially if they've got a good Uchimata too, the sidestep it, you miss the Uchimata, and then they counter it with their own.
Again, it's a really great entry, but you can see that Lachumani is well prepared. Oh, wow, that was a beautiful takeover. So much strength from Lachumani.
I think he was patient with it as well.
Yeah.
He held him up, made sure he had total control, and then finished the technique.
And this is exactly what we told about. You know, you have a good Uchimata, but since Lachumani trained with him so much, he knows that it's coming. Because I think it was a really good timing for Stewart. It was not a bad attempt at all, but just a great response from Lachumani.
Yeah, so I think we're going to move to mat 3 to have a look at the second half of this the 81 kilo semi-final fight, and then the semi-finals of the under 70 kilos as well.
Number 3, and we're watching the fight between Paralympic champion Avila Sanchez of Mexico, and he's facing Dimitrios Solovey of Ukraine, and we're seeing Avila Sanchez in white judo gi and Solovey in blue. And they both had tough fights before this. Avila Sanchez, the one we saw, and he was really struggling but managed to come up with a really good win. And at the moment it's still 1 minute and 41 seconds left on the clock. Both athletes actually picked up 2 Shidos on the way. So it's kind of an interesting and tense moment now for them, because they are not allowed one more mistake. So I'm curious what will happen.
Yeah, it's been a really good fight so far. Both are all constantly changing the grips and putting good attacks, and there was a good drop sortie attempted by Solovey.
Yeah, it's too bad we didn't see the beginning of the fight, because I'm always curious where the first 2 penalties came from, to understand a little bit what happened during the fight. And I saw in the last contest also from Avila Sanchez's side that he's changing the grips maybe a little bit too much and playing the rules there a little bit. And that is maybe how he ends up with 2 Shidos. Again, good right movement from Avila Sanchez. Just good response also from Solovey.
Yeah, I thought Solovey could have had that there. He's behind the back for the Uranagi, but just wasn't tight enough in the arms and just sort of let Avila Sanchez fall forward though. I think when you get an opportunity like that, you really need to take advantage of it and go for it.
Yeah, you don't get so many chances of taking over a technique like that, so it's a really missed opportunity by Solovey. So we also have some rapid charge contests going on the other mats. Of course, if you want to watch that, you can go to those channels. We have some really good semi-finals here, and it's a really nice right-sided Makikomi for Avila Sanchez. He does it again.
He's caught him well there.
Yeah, just in the last minute of the contest. I think in last contest he was actually in a golden score, but he always needs some time and he needs to work really hard, but he manages to come up with the score. It's not over yet. He has 2 shooters on the board already, so he cannot just defend on that score. He really needs to keep active.
Yeah, it was a great attack. He clamped him well. He had the arm nice and tight. Solovey tried to again go for the Uranagi, but at that point it was too late. The drive was already going, and he fell into his side for the score. So
drop technique from Solovey, really trying to do everything to get a score on the board.
Oh, dangerous drop Ouchi attempt there.
Yeah, and if Avila Sanchez now manages to take him down in Newaza, that's really unfortunate and inconvenient for Solovey, because it's taking really precious seconds of the clock.
Still 7 seconds to go, and we see, I spoke about it, mentioned yesterday in the stream as well, because in VI judo competitions they start on the grip. They can go straight into the action basically, so 7 seconds is still a lot of time in a contest such as this.
Yeah. Most of the times when I'm like, if you're watching IGF Judo, you think 7 seconds. Of course, something can happen, but the chances are really small. And actually, here it's quite different. In this case, nothing happens. Avila Sanchez manages to take the win, and we will see him in the final later today.
So we're going to stay here on mat 3 for the under 70 kilo semi-finals. If you want to tune into mat 2, we've got Cameron Bradley coming up for his rep charge fight. He'll be in white, and he's against Hector Espinoza in Venezuela in blue. So that's mat 2 if you want to check that out. We're going to stay here on mat 3 for the 70 kilo semi-finals.
Yeah, it's the semi-finals in the under 70 kilogram category, and this contest maybe I'm particularly. Oh, we're watching mat number 3, right?
Mat 3,
yeah. So I'm particularly interested in this one actually, because it's the top favorite Alana Maldonado of Brazil. She's the current world champion and she's undefeated for a while now. But she is facing one of the most talented new athletes on the scene, Ina Kaldani of Georgia. And Kaldani can be so dangerous with her hip movements and with her uranages. So I'm really curious to see what happens here. I think Maldonado is actually, she's warned and she is prepared for this contest, so she will be very careful here.
Oh, definitely. We saw both athletes have great opening contests. Both dominated their opponents, so both coming in on highs, and I think it's going to be a really good fight.
Yeah, both athletes need to take their grip. Referees making absolutely sure the arms are bent and they're in the right position.
So then we've got right v left with the Brazilian being left and the Georgian being right. The contest is going to come down to who's going to get that sleeve to them, who's going to get that control into their body.
And you can see that Kaldani is really trying to get that sleeve close to her, and I think that's a clever way to work. It's also nice to see the teams of Brazil and Georgia that are really behind their athletes and both cheering for them. And they both know that this is quite a complicated contest.
Yeah, definitely. And again, with sort of the pandemic just now, it's a struggle to get any crowd and in the public in here. But the support from the athletes and the coaches and the fellow competitors has been great so far. So
yeah, they are making the crowd, and we saw in some of the big competitions that it's of course not the best that you have no crowd, and it's completely different as an athlete as well. If you're used to having a big crowd and a lot of cheering from the crowd, you feel that there's another atmosphere. But still, we can get really high quality judo, and in this case, we kind of have a crowd, so it's really good.
just making sure they're getting the grips on here.
Yeah, and here you also see that it's a right against left grip, and then sometimes they can struggle because it's so important to get your the best grip you can before the hajime. Nice left-sided uchimata, and I think they might take another look if that was enough, but that was a really beautiful left-sided uchimata from Maldonado.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, she stabbed it once, she started hopping. Kaldani went to come around the waist for the counter, and she just kept controlling and kept on for uchimata to get the score, and it's been downgraded to Rosari now, so I think we'll see Kaldani push forward and try and get the score back.
Yeah, they took a second look, and you could tell, but it was a really beautiful ippon, but the referee was on the other side, but from this side you could see that she actually landed on her side. So it's one more shot for Kaldani, but you can tell if as soon as Maldonado is in there with the uchimata and the leg is up, then Kaldani has no really chance to come in for the uranage. She needs both legs on the floor or on the ground, so let's see if she can manage to do that. Yeah, and I think now Maldonado, you can tell that she got some confidence in this contest. She knows she can score with that technique, so she will try to go in there again.
But definitely, she was close there again, even just not even committing fully, but just chopping that front leg, and Kaldani is then having to move forward and sort of lunge forward because she's off balance. So.
Yeah, and also Maldonado is quite a bit taller than Kaldani. So in this case, as soon as she has that leg lifted, it's really difficult for Kaldani. So still 2 minutes 25 seconds left on the clock. I feel like there's already one contest gone here, but it's still more than half the contest time is left on the clock.
Yeah, it's difficult. You see a lot of the VI judo when they're setting it up and the referee's getting both opponents to grip up. You'll see different people try and move the hand up a little bit, try and start off with a better grip, and it's up to the referee to make sure that it is exactly 50-50 in the gripping exchange at the start.
Yeah, I know the point of attention for the referees is also to not make it too big a fuss. If both athletes are comfortable with it, then they will just start the contest. That's, I think, the most important. Of course, the grip needs to be in the right spot. It doesn't matter if it's a few centimeters up or down. Just both athletes need to be comfortable. If that's not the case, they will really check and be sharp on the rules.
Yeah, and over on mat 2, there was just a fantastic win there by Cameron Bradley. Just threw Hector Espinoza from Venezuela with a beautiful drop seal. And yes, that just happened on mat 2, and he'll move on further on the rep charge.
Yeah, I think that was maybe the last rep charge for him before the bronze medal contest. Not completely sure about that, but that would be already a really good result for him today, right?
I think so. He's fought well today.
Yeah.
We're still here, mat 3 is about a minute and a half left with Maldonado with the Rosari scoring 1 shiro, and Kaldani still chasing.
Yeah, I think Kaldani is really struggling with the height of Maldonado. That's the biggest threat for her in this left uchimata, and she will try to need to find another solution for that. And yeah, she tries to come in with that rest side, but with the left hand of Maldonado, she cannot just really reach close.
She was close with the counter there, but yeah, you're right. The Brazilian's got that grip on the inside and just controlling the space, not letting Kodani get close for any of her techniques and not getting the hips in.
Yeah, you can tell that Kodani is struggling. Let's see if she can find some other way. If she could.
And on mat 3, the winner moving forward to fight for gold, Avila Maldonado from Brazil. Ina Fernandez from Georgia will fight for bronze. Coming next on to mat 3, the second semi-final of the women's under 70 kilos. In the blue judo team, representing Uzbekistan, Avila. In the white judo team, representing Mexico, Alvarez, fighting for a place in the Mach. and may receive the golden sword. On mat 3, the win and the winner moving forward to fight for gold, Lenia Rubalcaba from Mexico. Vasilia Albuena will fight for bronze. Coming on to mat 3 now, in the men's under 81 kilos. In the blue judo league, from Cuba, Gerardo Rodriguez Reyes. In the white judo league, from Brazil, Harley Pereira Avila. On mat 3, the winner from Cuba, Gerardo Rodriguez Reyes. Coming next on to mat 3 in the men's under 81 kilos. In the blue judo league from the United States of America, Adnan Kudish. In the white judo league from Kazakhstan, Galinzan Smaduli. On mat 3, the winner from Kazakhstan, Avila Sanchez. Coming next on to mat 3, in the women's under 70 kilos. In the blue judo gi, from Korea, Lee Gyu. In the white judo gi, from Croatia, Lucia Breskovic. On mat 3, the winner, Lucia Breskovic from Croatia. And the last contest of this morning's session, ladies and gentlemen, coming on to mat 3, the under 70 kilos. In the blue judo gi, from Canada, Michelle Robinson. enjoy the race